next clip. Next thing that I want to do is I want to put all of our database related activities into one specific file that deals with databasing. So what I'm going to do, we already created the library folder, the lib folder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a specific folder for database. Why? Well, the database is such a unique thing and one of its kind in our application. So I'm going to make a specific folder for it, database, and give it a index.js. All this stuff needs to go in there. So I just copy, paste. Let's put the use strict statement in there because we need ES6. And in here, we also need MySQL. And unlike the routing setup that we had before, we don't actually need the app object in this file, so we need to wrap it in. We don't need to wrap it into a function. We just need this connection object to be reusable throughout every file. So let's see how we can do that just by my.exports is connection. Let's see if this works. Well, actually, if I start this now, you'll see it won't do anything. Or am I actually? Oh yeah, so I'm already requiring it here. I already made it. As you can see, if nobody actually uses a database, it won't even start up. But if we require the connection, so to do this, we first have to go up one folder. So from to-dos, we go up to library, and then back into the folder database. And we don't need to specify index.js because that's the default thing to do. So as you can see, the app is starting and MySQL is connecting. Let's see if we can also do some queries. So in the previous video, I explained how the to-dos router now works. Let's go to Postman, and if everything goes well, we should be getting all of our to-dos. Nice, so that works. Now comes one additional thing. So I thought I would do this in a separate video, but I'll just do it right now. And this is the actual reason why I decided to change things a little bit. Is we now have an issue that we all have a different access credentials to our database. So how does that work? We need to put this into a place where we don't have any conflicts. So for now, there's a better way to do this, and maybe I'll show you another time. But for now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to say database-config.js, or actually because we are already in the database folder, I'm just going to call it config.js. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in here. Module.exports is that. And now comes a funny move. I'm going to say config.js.example. So why do I do this? I will show you in a bit why I actually copied this file. You also see that my editor doesn't recognize this JavaScript anymore. So I'm just going to require that db config is require current folder config, or I'll just call it config. Config.host. So it points to this host. Config.user. Config.password. Config.database. So what do? We you might say, okay, that's weird, why I put that into a separate file. So this is all related to Git. I see that all of you have a different password, so it's weird that every time we commit that we see we have to change this back again. Because, for example, Jack might send his password. That's not something we want. In the real world, there will actually be a different reason. Why? Because the sort of production database, so that means a database that contains all the actual valuable data, you don't want that password to be flying around. So usually you have everybody, like the development passwords is fine, but you don't want the password of the production database to be in here. So let's just see again if this works, and then I'll show you what this example trick is. Okay, so it's working. You can see here that it's connecting successfully to my database using my password. But now I'm going to do this. I'm going to kill my server, and I'm going to say git status, git add a, git remove. So just ignore the npm debug log for a second. I just want to show you. So it now recognizes these 3 files. This is the stuff that we just added. This is still from the previous video. I've added this. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to sublime.gitignore, and I'm going to add lib database config.js. Now if that worked well, and I do another git status, you will see that we also changed gitignore now, but oh crap, it's still in there. Why is that? Oh, because I already added it. Okay, that's a bit of a hassle. So what I'm going to do, the easiest way to do it now, there's better ways, but just to show you, I'm going to delete this file again. And you'll see that it's already deleted again before I've even committed it. So we now have, actually let me also add this bugger. Okay. So we've updated gitignore, and as you can see now, Git doesn't see this config.js. So and that now comes a step that's important that you also do on your computer, which is this. I'm going to make a new file. I'm going to call it config.js again. I'm going to copy all the contents into here, and now on your computer you can replace this by anything that you want. And as you can see in the git status, oh, Jesus. Okay, now we got it right. Sorry, you can see that it's a little bit annoying. So the end result now is, sorry for the confusion, we have successfully made a config.js without it actually being changed in Git. So I'm going to say git-a commit externalize controllers database and added database. So why did I do this? Just to recap, let's say that Jack now changes the password here. You can see that Git doesn't record it anymore. And that's useful because we can all have our own version of this file. So just make sure that you copy this file, remove the example extension, and then it should work on your computer. Nice.